Well, hi there. My name's Eli. I guess I'm back again. So I have a pretty ridiculous job. And that job is basically to support a global network of groups just like this. So there are actually 105 groups in 34 countries, all led by local groups of volunteers coming together and doing this kind of Tech for Good gathering. And I do that on behalf of TechSoup, which is a USA-based nonprofit, although of course many of you have run into the TechSoup Canada. And so I've got all these events happening in places I've never been, hosted by people I've never seen, and I'm a project of one reporting out to this 200-person nonprofit, and I'm the only person working on this project, and I'm remote. So I see them once a year. So it is challenging for me to make my work not invisible within the organization. And so I'm desperately looking for ways to basically show off and show all the great stuff that are happening at events like this one. And so recently I said okay, I've been sending out these reports and nobody is reading them. And I know that because I sent out an all-staff email to about 250 people and I get nothing. So I'm like, all right, I'm getting the sign. So then I started saying about 6 months ago, let me start moving into slide decks. And so now I'm just saying let me send out some slides, just a couple pictures, a couple 4 bullet points, nothing too scary. And going through this approach, okay, this reporting approach was getting a couple replies. I was getting 1 or 2 people replying back saying, very interesting, or could you tell me more about this event over in Istanbul? We've got a partner there. But still, it's pretty invisible. So, I've been talking about video here at these meetups for about 4 or 5 years now, and I finally said, okay, I don't know how to do video. I have no skills, but let me see what I can fake. And so what I've faked is using a product called Adobe Spark. It's totally free, and all it really does is it makes unskilled people look like they have the smallest amount of skills. So professional videographers should not be intimidated by this. We're not going to take away your job, but it does allow people who are just faking it to come in, and basically what it allows you to do is basically take a slideshow, easily narrate it, and then turn it into something that you could actually show to the rest of the world. So here I'll say, basically I took that slide deck you guys just saw and I turned it into a video. And here, I'll fire up that video for you. Did that work? Maybe it didn't, who knows? Anyways, so let me go and bring the little video here. So what I really did is here, I've already hacked at it, but basically I created a little video and it basically sounds a little bit like this.
We're doing another test. The community continues to grow at a furious rate with more than 52,000 members and 138 groups. The majority of groups are still based in the USA, but the future of the network is international. When we look at the top 10 events for the quarter, we see that 4 of them are in the UK and Ireland, reflecting people's concern about the new data privacy rules. In the last quarter, we reached a bit of a milestone, passing 50,000 members. I, of course, could not be more excited. I took advantage of a holiday to Europe and helped launch the new NetSquared Amsterdam group. I also gathered 8 NetSquared UK organizers for a training. But usually I sit at my kitchen in Vancouver and help build the NetSquared community. As you can see, it takes a lot of interviews to get to a successful group launch. But the rigor of putting volunteers through a sales funnel has really paid off, with a huge increase in the launch of new groups each year. The investment in the NetSquared community has resulted in very rapid year-over-year growth. But as much as I want to personally take credit for the success of NetSquared, it's really the teams of local volunteers who make it happen.
It's basically the Chads and the Stephanies of the world. So it was 90 seconds. It was not amazing, but it took what I'd already produced, which was a slide deck, and basically allowed me to just import it into the tool. And then I just, within my computer, which is why the sound isn't that great, basically I hit a button and recorded over the slide, and then the slide would then go as long or as short as it needed to. And when I stopped talking, it would move automatically to the next slide. It threw the audio in the background. So it did all of those things without me having to make any decisions, because anytime I have to make an artistic decision, it will end up badly. So basically I want to pull myself out of any artistic decisions. So all it really looks like here is you say like, okay, here's my slide. I'm like, so you can basically say like, here's the thing I recorded. I'm like, sounded a little bit like
But
that.
the rigor of putting...
And I'm like, that's great, but actually, let me try and re-record that. Look how sexy this slide is. It's going up, up, up. And of course, I'm recording something else, so I can't record this. But basically, I did that. I yelled into my computer, and then at the end, I hit play, and I got a new version of it. And I just got to like re-record my line 6 or 7 times for each one of like my 10-second little blurbs per line. And at the end of that, I just went and clicked download, and it gave me a little PDF, and it wasn't amazing, but you know, when I sent it out to all the staff, suddenly I got 22 replies from people, which meant for the first time ever, I got people's attention for just a little moment, which means they didn't forget that I existed over in my kitchen in Vancouver. So that to me was a bit of like just not an annual report, but just like a quick quarterly report update in a way that I could get people's attention. If you want to remove all the the watermarks and all that stuff, you can spend $10. Adobe will happily take your money and give you a bit more options, allow you to put your own logo there. But that was my quick, dirty experiment in taking the slide deck that already existed and yelling into my computer for a little while to try and give a little bit of context to it. And 90 seconds, people paid attention, is a small victory for me.